Hey everybody, welcome to Big E's YouTube channel. First of all, I want to say sorry about yesterday, the abrupt ending. For whatever reason, the camera I was using decided to die on me, if you will, so I didn't have a chance to sign off. So I guess times are getting tough because I guess, you know, between the coronavirus, rioting, now the cams are starting to unionize, they don't want to work. So I have a backup camera, we'll see how this works today. Anyway, as you can see, we got the shithawk and primer, did some work to it, got it pretty much what I believe ready for paint. So what we're going to go over today is we're going to get this ready. We're going to use some 500 grit paper, and we're going to go ahead, we're going to do the whole area with the 500 grit. We're going to use our handy dandy block to do it all. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to start blocking this. I'm going to wipe it down, and hopefully here shortly we'll be ready for some paint. So I'm going to go ahead and start blocking it. What I'm going to do is kind of go on an angle, because you're really not smoothing anything. Well, you kind of are, but you more or less want to have a spot. You want to have not a perfectly smooth surface, but smooth enough for paint to grab onto. Because you need that, if you have perfectly smooth surface, the paint won't grab onto it. So you need a little bit of porous. So using that 500 grit about sandpaper to create porous surface, so that paint, when you spray that paint, it's going to get in there and grab and give you a good bond. Hopefully we won't get what we had before, which was the bubbles that were on the door, and that's what we're trying to prevent here. So we're going to go ahead and sand this. Actually, with all the curves, and you don't really need to go to town on it. Like I said, you're just creating a surface for the paint to grab onto. I want to make sure I get any kind of body curves really good, because you're going to have more your paint when you're spraying it on a curved surface. Obviously, any kind of changing direction, you're going to have a higher chance of a run when you're spraying. So you want to make sure you have even better adhesion, a chance of adhesion there to help prevent the runs. I'm almost grabbing the paper like this and pulling on it to create almost like a longboard situation. If you want, you can even fold it. So that's pretty much one panel. So what I'm going to do the door next, and then wipe it down with some cheesecloth. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to pause the video, do that, come back, we'll be ready for paint. Alright guys, so what I want to do quick is I want to take this opportunity to show something quick. Guy at work, shout out to Wes, by the way. Seltzer, I think, hopefully I'm saying his name right. I don't know, you can't see it here, but I painted. Here's the stripe from that was there before. So he was telling me to do like a step process instead of just having this right on the line. So I'm actually over the line a little bit. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to spray the first 1 or 2 coats with that. I'm going to take this up and I'm actually going to move it back. That's exaggerated, but move it back. The whole idea is so you don't get a thick line, so when you come back to wet sand it, it'll be a smoother transition. So we're going to give that a shot. Hopefully I understood what Wes said, but good enough I can try it. So we're going to try that. So I'm going to set this up here, and we're going to go ahead and I got this all, I don't know if you can see, there's a bit of a sheen to it, because that's where it was sanded. So we have that going on. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to start spraying, and then when I come back we're going to see what the first coat looks like. All right, guys. Hang on, I have a fan here now, moving some air. But here's your first coat. It's all right. It's there's no runs in it, but there's some definitely issues I'm gonna have to address. But we're going to let this tack up, and we'll see if we can address those later. But we have the first coat on. The color itself looks pretty decent, so I think for now we're just gonna wait for it to tack up. We might even, if it does enough, we might even wet sand it with some 3000 before we try the next coat. So just try to keep that nice sheen. The more, and then like I say, if you let it tack up or you let it dry, wet sand it, do your next coat, let that dry, wet sand it, and then you let that all, it'll just be a lot smoother finish in the overall. So anyway, that's kind of an overall kind of update on Shithawk. Hopefully, I don't know how today's going to be with drawing. It seems a little humid, might take a little longer, but hopefully everything will be all right with it. We'll see. We're going to move that tape back, try it again. So hopefully this helps. If you have a project that you're working on, you're kind of feeling iffy about paint. Paint's tricky. I'm learning as I go, as you can see, but we're getting there. So hopefully this helps out with your project. Please like and subscribe. Leave a shout out to Zilla Chronicles 52 Latimer. Check out his channel. He's always entertaining. He's always got some interesting perspectives to check out and stuff. So check him out if you will. Also, Little Miss H, there you go. I think that's everything. Like and subscribe. If you got any comments, suggestions, ideas to help me, because I'm learning as I go here. Not saying I'm perfect with everything, but I'm still learning stuff. If you have any ideas, any suggestions, drop them in the comments. I will read it, and I will try to figure out how to use it and utilize it and see if it helps me become better into putting better content out for you guys. So like and subscribe. Watch out for each other. Take care of each other. We'll see you next time on Big E's.